Stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
1, 2, 3, now we're playing with the big boys. Gonna take it to the street, now we're gonna make a big noise. Gonna climb so high, now we're rising up. Are you ready now? Turn it up.
What's up? What's up?
Hello, hello, everyone.
This is High Tea with Kim and Alyssa. Welcome back.
Welcome, welcome.
I always get excited for Thursdays.
I know, it's so fun.
I wake up and I'm like, oh, we finally get to hang out with our people.
Thursday, yes.
Yes.
Welcome back, you guys. We're glad you're here with us.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Hopefully you guys have had a good week, good Valentine's.
Yes. Did you have a good Valentine's Day?
You know, it was super laid back, chill, kind of boring, and I'm okay with that. I mean, obviously by the sound of my nasal passage, clearly I have been a little under the weather, but hey, I'm taking on that Friends Phoebe thing. You know, when she got her nose, she had the nasal, she's like, my babies.
My babies. Yeah.
So what is in your cup tonight, Kim?
Well, I'm drinking snarky tea again, of course.
Yes.
I've got the mulled wine.
I'm not going to lie. I wasn't going to say this, but I'm going to say it. It looks like...
Don't say it. It's very red.
Well, I'll say it in the most ginger of way. It looks like it's her time of the month. But that's okay.
Red.
It's beautiful.
It is.
I've got some breathe immune system.
We gotta get her breathing, you guys.
Yeah, I got to be out of town this weekend. I got to be on my best.
Yes.
So, what are we talking about tonight, Kim?
We are talking about what I think is amazing way of meal planning.
You are like the queen of,
I think, we
meal planning.
Pretty much got it down to a science.
Yes,
now.
you do.
It's
You literally do.
Simple.
When I go to her house, you guys, it's insane because everything is super like bulk bought, organized, and I truly am beyond envious of this fine-tuned thing that she has worked out with her family. I love it.
Yeah. Well, and it has stopped us from that question of, oh, what are we having for dinner tonight? What are we doing? Or
right.
You know, I don't plan a week at a time. I plan the entire month at a time.
Yes. And I'm the sad sap that's like, what do I feel like this morning? And by the afternoon, it's changed. Or I look in the cabinet because I don't feel like going to the store. And
yeah. Well, and that's another thing we quit doing. I don't go to the store like once a week.
Right.
I go for like 2 days or 3 days at a time, depending on what I'm having. So like I went today, I got the stuff I needed for tonight. I needed like one thing for tomorrow and a couple of things for Saturday.
Nice.
So, and that has helped cut us way down on food waste. Now my meat, I do bulk buy my meat from Sam's.
Yes.
And then I have a vacuum sealer. So I vacuum seal it and deep freeze it.
Yes. By the way, the vacuum sealer intimidates me. I don't know why.
Oh, it's so easy.
It stresses me out. Clint does it every time and he nails it. And I'm scared I'm going to get sucked up into it.
Well, it's got a lid. Oh my gosh. Irrational fears. Okay.
It starts going off and I'm like,
it's loud.
Get a little shaky.
Yeah, no, it's the best thing ever. Definitely invest in it.
So you separate it by just like each meat or like by how much y'all would eat for just one meal?
I package it out into like meals. So like my ground beef, I buy the big, like, what are they, 10-pound rolls from Sam's.
The big roll.
And I separate them out into like 1.5 pounds or 2 pounds. So I can get 5 meals out of that. I say meals. Usually when I do anything with ground beef, I have leftovers for the next night.
Right.
So, and that's, I mean, we love leftovers in my house.
Oh, we do too. We do too. And I know I could probably physically see my husband laughing at the fact that I say we love leftovers because they end up sitting in the fridge quite frequently.
Yeah.
But I do have teenage boys that also sometimes those leftovers don't even make it
to the next day.
Including this is total slipping this in, but so Clint meal prepped this past weekend, which was awesome. I was so proud of him. He made 4 dishes for the 4 days he was going to be at work. He did quinoa, whatever it is.
It's kind of like
it's like a rice. Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
He did quinoa and then he did some vegetables and he did some little fish fillets. And he made each one, and they were they were like really pretty. Like I was kind of jealous. Like, hey, I want a lunch too, but poor Anderson, my middle son, he went in did not get the memo. He did not understand the assignment, and he ate one whole of Clint's lunches and then took the meat out of his second.
Boy, he did some protein.
And Clint, all he could do was laugh. He's like, I didn't tell him.
Yeah,
it is what it is. But so yes, the vacuum sealer thing, it does intimidate me. So I know you guys y'all are y'all done with the states?
No. So we're doing one state each week. So like
each week.
Each week is a new state. So like last night, Valentine's Day, we did Alaska. So we could do crab, obviously.
Yes. How did the king crab turn out?
It was delicious.
Yum.
My kids love it. My youngest son looked like some kind of prehistoric caveman just gnawing on this crab claw. And like, I wish my hands wouldn't have been so messy because I would have taken a video of it. It was comical to watch. But yeah, no, we do it once a week. So every Wednesday is a new state. And we have those planned out. We plan those out like the first week of January.
Okay.
So when I go to meal prep, I write down however many days are in the month. So like this month I did 1 through 29.
Okay.
And the days Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. So like each Wednesday we went through and we picked what state we're going to do. And so I wrote those in.
Okay.
And then I have we call it's the master list.
The master
list of all the things that we like to eat. Like all of my recipes and stuff. We have it in a shared app on our phone. And each meal has a number. So it's numbered through like 1 through like, I think there's like 89 or 90 meals on there.
Okay.
And then, so each meal is numbered. And then I get online and I go to random number generator.
Okay. Yeah.
And I click 1 through whatever. And then we generate the number and we look up that number and whatever it is, then I write down.
Nice.
So, and then I make my list of that. And then I look at my list of days.
Okay.
So there's certain days that I want to have leftovers on.
Sure.
So like the day before my husband goes back to work, I want to have leftovers so he can take something for lunch.
Okay.
So
I see.
I go in and I'm like, okay, so this Sunday we're having leftovers. So I plug in my leftover days. And now I know that I need the bigger meals on the day before.
Right.
So is this confusing? I feel like I'm not explaining it well.
No. It's very methodical, and for me, I guess I've just never like sat down and put pen to paper. Like I've done so a long time ago, I made a list of all the meals like that we like, numbered them, and I did the number generator, and I don't think we just got it we didn't make it turn into a habit. You know, like I've been telling you, I'm trying to turn things into a habit. And so I don't think we actually got that far, but it was exciting in theory, and I still have the list. I just need to get on that, like I just need to get on that.
You just got to do it. So so we go like the last day of the month or whatever, the last couple of days, we sit down and we plan out the next month's meals.
Okay.
And all of that. And we plug in special days like, Wednesdays. I star those days because I know that those are going to be more stuff we've never cooked before. So sometimes they're a little more intricate or a little more focused. And then I'm like, okay, we're busy on the 15th, the 18th, and the 25th. So I need to have quick, easy
meals.
Dinners.
Okay.
So I have those and I take those from my list. Now, obviously, I'm not going to have like chicken fried rice like three times that month. I'm not going to do it. So I'll just pick another number. Or if it's something we've had like a couple of times in the past couple of months, I won't put it in there.
Because
I mean, it's your list. Tweak it however you want, obviously. So
I will tell you, Laura's commenting, and I will say this chick, she and you like together could like y'all would be like billionaire food planners, because this chick has spreadsheets with organization, like, and she can make a grocery list by the aisle, by the amount of money, and like, and the way
that's
she's
where
done
I need
it
to get better at it is my grocery shopping.
Like she sold that like as a template.
Oh
my gosh, it's
buckets of money.
It's super awesome. Like the way you do it, and then the spreadsheets that she has are incredible.
So Laura said that she changes her mind on what she's in the mood for, or we make plans. So we there is days like that where I'm like, okay, or I'll make something and we end up having leftovers and I didn't know. And I'll be like, oh, well, let's just shift it. I'm not going to make that. We'll just eat the leftovers, or plans change and we're going to go do this. So it gives us a little bit of leeway to play with it, but I'm not stressed about what we're having to dinner. It doesn't come, 3:00 and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what we're eating
that's
for
where
dinner.
and I think that's where I get like strict on myself. Like I think, oh gosh, I planned for 30 meals. And so we have to stick to that plan. Like, and then if it changes, I've always been, I guess, what you would call an extremist. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, if we're going to be all in, we're going to be all in.
You're very, I feel like, type A personality when it comes to things like that. Like when you make a plan and we're executing it XYZ.
Right.
And I feel like I can be that way, but at the same time, I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of gal. Like,
and I feel
just
like
how I'm going to do it.
I feel like in social environments, I am fly by the seat of your pants. But when it comes to like meals and like, I don't know. I tend to overthink it. That's what it is. I overthink the menu.
Takes the thinking out of it. Yes. So, and then I'm like, okay, well, I need ingredients for these 3 days. Let me run to the store or do my curbside or, check your coupons, your apps. I know you guys all have the Kroger and the HEB. They always have digital coupons.
And for me,
I need to get better about my digital coupons. I'm so bad about it.
I know. The thing that I had a misconception on with you planning your months is that you went and bought your entire groceries for the month.
No.
And that's where I was mistaken.
Yeah.
And I think people get into that where they plan for the whole week and try to buy.
That's where you get into the meal prepping aspect of it. And I'm not a very good meal prepper that way, because I'm like, you see the ones where they're like, we're having chicken and rice, and they have chicken and rice for like 7 days. I'm going to get burnt out.
Yes.
I can't do that. But no, I shop for like 3 days in a row.
Okay.
Instead, I don't even do the whole week anymore, because by that time I'm like, things go bad too quickly, or you get something that was kind of questionable if you did a curbside service.
Right.
That's the only thing I don't like about curbside is I don't get to pick my vegetables or my fruit.
That's the number one thing for sure.
But I mean, usually they're pretty good about it. But every now and then you get that one that you're like, that zucchini wasn't the best one in the brunch, was it?
Yes. And, for people that work where both of them work, I know that can be like stressing out. Like, so like trying to plan even just the week, the week is.
Well, see, we did that for a long time. Like
Mm.
Sunday, I'd be like, okay, this is what we're having Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And I was just like, okay. And then it'd come around and be like, oh, I have to do this all over again.
Right.
And it just wasn't working for me. So I have a dry erase board next to my
Yes.
pantry.
Yes.
I don't use dry erase markers on it because little kids will come by and be like,
Just-
oh, I don't like that meal. Let me just erase it. That happened. So I switched and I started using permanent markers on it. Yeah. Yeah. So I started using permanent markers on it. It does come off fairly easy. Spray a little oven cleaner on there. It comes right off.
Comes right
Yeah.
off.
So yeah, we plan out each month at a time and it's been working for us for
Yeah, I like that idea.
I want to say
write it all out, get it all planned, and then buy the ingredients as you
every few days.
Every few days for the next upcoming meals. That way you're keeping less in the pantry, less and less goes bad.
Less
and
goes bad. Your food waste goes way down.
Yes, I love that idea. And I know lots of people like me who have all of the containers of all the leftovers and all the old foods.
Now, I'm not going to lie. Things do get shoved to the back of the fridge. It happens, like it's one of those things.
Yeah. Your system is flawless in its flaws, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
Because that's okay.
Yeah. It's okay.
Exactly.
It's a learning curve, but planning it out for an entire month, it can seem daunting at first.
Yeah. It just seems like, and I know the thing that I keep coming back to is like say you want to switch like 2 weeks and switch it. It's no big deal.
No.
Like, because you haven't already
whatsoever.
bought the ingredients. So
Yeah.
that's where I have to get like out of my super OCD organized.
Yeah, no. Like if you want to change, Friday to Monday and switch those days, do it.
Yeah, and you guys have your work schedules are different,
Right,
due to your husband's occupation, whatever. And I know not everybody has, a Saturday, Sunday weekend,
right?
You know, and so it just depends on your lifestyle.
It does. And you can, and that's the good thing about it is that you can cater it to you.
Mhm.
So like we've tweaked it over the past couple of months because it used to be I would just go in and I would just write down random number generator. Oh, we're having meal number 23. We're having that on Monday too. But then my husband was like, make your days list. He's like, but then just number a paper 1 through whatever. And let's just write all those down. And then we just plug those in. So I will have a list. So like this month I had 29 meals written down.
Nice.
Now there's days that I know I'm going to have leftovers. So like, I think Saturday, my husband's making pasta. I know I'm going to have leftovers. So I there was something on the list that I left off.
Ah, okay.
So, you're not writing down every single meal because I was doing that and I was like, I'm having so many leftovers and I don't need to cook. And so then we started doing it that way and it's worked out really good.
What is the shared app that y'all use?
It's called Family Wall.
Family Wall.
So
okay.
it's I think we pay like $5 a month for it. And it's, we can share lists and our calendar is synced up together and there's like a little map thing on there. So
Cool.
I know that like when he's running late coming home from work, I can be like, where is he? And I just push his face and it shows me where he's at,
just push his face.
Just push his face and it shows me.
There you go.
So like I can see where he's at, but it's good because whatever he adds into the calendar, I get a notification.
Okay.
You can set reminders on all of your stuff in there. You can do all sorts of lists. And I think there's even a meal planning feature in there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's cool.
And I want to say that is actually connected to that might be something different.
What's it called again?
Family Wall.
Family Wall. I'm writing this down.
Yes.
Y'all, look, I told y'all last week I needed to bring the notepad. Look, I am trying not to be stressed out. My husband wants me to do better. And when he found out we were talking about this, he was super excited. So I did see, speaking of all this, I don't know if it was like fate. I don't know. I was on TikTok and I scrolled through an ad for it looks like a picture frame that you put on your wall, but it is the digital camera. It's a digital calendar.
They have them at Sam's.
Do they really?
I think I saw that. I want to say you can get them at Sam's. It might have been Costco. I don't know.
It's the coolest thing.
I'm like, I've got kids and I feel like they would be like, Mom, tick, 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 tick. And then I
would like it only because I don't like sitting down and writing.
Oh, see, and I would much rather. It took me a long time to get rid of a paper calendar. Because it was such, I grew up in the era of elementary school. We got the agendas.
That's true.
And I think that's where it came in. Like,
yep.
I need to pen and paper and write it down. But this family wall app has worked so well for us. So
Yes.
like I can schedule things like, every like my kids' swim lessons. I don't have to plug it in each time. I can just, it says repeat this event
Right.
weekly, daily,
I like
bi-weekly, monthly, or whatever. Like you can
Yes.
program it to however you need it.
Yes. Clint's been breathing down our teenagers, necks about putting stuff on the family calendar. Like
They can be on that app with you. Like
Yeah.
I own the account
Mhm.
and then I can add in whoever I want as long as they have the app on their phone. I can sync it together.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Why don't we have a calendar together?
So I'm
So
sorry.
rude.
So rude.
Gosh.
Yeah.
So
But like
jealous.
anytime he adds something to the list, I can see it, or I can add something to a list that he's created. Unless you make it like a private list, like if I want to keep like a Christmas list going,
Oh, okay.
or like presents that I bought or whatever, you can
Yes.
mark that so nobody else can see it.
Oh,
But
nice.
anything that's shared, the other person can see. Yeah, it's a good.
I love that. I love that. And then like not everybody has access to buy their meat in bulk or has a vacuum sealer or whatever, and there's other ways to do it.
Oh, most definitely.
If you can't buy your meat in bulk, that's try it just like, and I think it's a good starter, like the way you were doing it, like before you said doing it week by week. Maybe that's for people that are really intimidated for the month.
Yeah.
That maybe just doing it week by week till it becomes redundant.
Yeah.
And then you can move to your month.
Yeah. Well, and it also is, I want to say it has cut down, but it really hasn't. The mom, what's for dinner? What are we having for dinner? It's usually they'll ask me
Yes.
once and it's like they forget and I'll get asked that question, or what are we having tomorrow? I'm like, I don't know. Go look at the calendar.
That
It's
is
fine.
not how the government tracks you, Vic. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Through my calendar.
Oh, the president knows what you're eating.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. I don't even think he can
Well,
read.
he knew I had steak and baked potatoes tonight then because it was delicious.
I did not make anything for dinner. I just was like on a lazy day today. I accomplished laundry, so that's just as important as cooking your family
choking
dinner.
on my tea over here.
I know.
Sipped it a little too hard. My goodness.
It's that snarky tea will get you every
Excuse
time.
me.
Yes, so I'm loving that.
Yeah.
I really do. I really do want to get better about it. About all
I know
the
you wrote
things.
down questions.
I did, but for some reason, oh God, now you've got. I think
I'm
it's back.
sorry.
We're like tennis. We're like tennising back and forth. So sorry, guys. Jeez, smoke another one, Alyssa. Just kidding. No, I wrote down as something silly. We got together the other day to have tea, and Kim informed me that the dictionary has now added 17,000 words.
Was it 17,000 or 1,700?
Was it 1,700?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There was a 17 and some zeros. I can't remember if there
And
was 2 or 3.
I knew I wrote down, what is it? Girl dinner?
Oh, girl dinner. Yes. And Alyssa's like, what is girl dinner? And I said, well, Alyssa, if your husband and kids weren't at home tonight, what are you going to eat for dinner?
And I'm like, I probably would just like eat some chips and crackers and hot sauce, like probably make
Salsa
some
and pizza rolls.
Yeah,
it's
just like
not a real meal.
junk.
It's junk food.
It's junk food.
It's like a snack tray.
So that is girl dinner.
That is girl dinner.
So if you hear this speak of girl dinner, that is
what it is.
basically
We're
trash
snacking.
food. I call stuff like that, like, they have the pretty charcuterie boards.
Mhm.
When I put like really bad snacks out, it's just the charcuterie board.
Oh, no, that's you could do.
I love that. Yes. And they finally put in the dictionary the word bussin'. And I'm so sick of
Bussin'.
hearing that. out
I
of
don't
teenagers'
get
mouths.
it. Yeah.
That pancake is bussin'. It's so weird.
It is. There's so many weird things that they've
And
put
I'll
in
say
there.
it to them and they're like, no.
They're like, Mom.
I know.
Yeah.
And then they're like, but that's the ick. That's the new one.
That one
That's another one.
that one. Ugh. That one gives me the ick. I
Yeah.
don't like it when people are like, that's ick. And I'm
That's
like,
giving me ick.
really?
You sound, it's like, they sound very valley
girl.
valley girlish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not digging it. Anyways, yeah, I don't know why I wrote that down, y'all.
Because I was on my phone and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, they added new words to the dictionary. What did they
Yes.
add? Like a couple of years ago. It's probably been like more like 5 or
Yes.
6,
And with you, so I know you guys incorporate the kids quite a bit with dinner, right?
Yeah. So my kids love to be in the kitchen and, cooking is a life skill that I think everybody needs. And it's not, and people are like, oh, I can't even boil water. No, you can.
You just don't want to watch it.
You don't watch it.
You don't watch
but
it.
It's not hard to follow a recipe. So my kids are part of a subscription service. And so each month we get a box and they get 3 recipes and they come on like laminated nice
cards.
So like
you can keep them forever.
Open, and it's got pictures and instructions on it. So it's like
that.
You heat your oven to this much. You know, chop this or whatever. And they also get a kitchen tool.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So I have their own little drawer that they've got spatulas and they've got pancake molds and they've got all sorts of things in there. And yeah.
And what's that subscription?
It's called Rad Dish.
Rad Dish.
RADDISH.
I love it. I love it.
And they get patches. So when you do your initial order, they get an apron and then they get these iron-on patches. So each month they get a new patch. Like this, the one they got this month was Valentine's Day. And it was a little, I think it was purple and pink. And it had like I heart you, but it was like a fork and a spoon. And like the little heart was a plate. It was very cute.
That is so cool. Yes. I've started making the teens I've always let them be in the kitchen, but we haven't done it yet, but I do have this like challenge that I want to do with them. I want to give them each, like, I basically want them to close their eyes, grab bag, 1 measuring spoon and 1 measuring cup. And they have to make an entire meal just with those 2. So they have to do the math.
Oh, smart.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like they have to do the conversion and know
I think that
math.
Would be hard for me.
Yeah, I mean, I've had to do it. I've practiced it myself like many times. And so I guess it helps with fractions and like all of that stuff. Yeah. In my head, it sounds like I'm being like super mom. Will it work out? I don't know.
Who knows?
Will they get pissed off?
So another thing you could do to help get them involved, let them pick dinner one night.
Yes.
They have to know what they're having. They need to, if they are finding a recipe, they have to find it. They need to make their grocery list. You set them a budget and have them go shopping for those ingredients without going over that budget amount.
Yes.
Like you have $25 to spend on this meal. You better shop thrifty.
You better shop well.
You know.
Better take it to the Dollar Tree.
You know, and I mean, when they're like salt and pepper and like pantry staples, obviously you're not going to need, but you know, there's things.
No, that's a great idea. I like that. I like involving the kids for sure. I think that's big time. I couldn't imagine being with a man that doesn't know how to cook. I think that would be scary.
Yeah.
I think couldn't do his own. Like when I met Clint and he could do his own laundry and he could cook and he like was responsible and paid his bills. I was like, score, I'm marrying you.
Done.
Done. I found the man.
I'm here for it.
Well, that is awesome. I know we are about to go to break. When we get back, I am going to spill some reality TV trash.
Oh, yes.
But then also, we're going to talk about Instapot versus the Crock pot.
Oh, we have very strong opinions.
We really do.
And that's why we are not on the same side on this.
We are not. So, yes, I cannot wait to battle it out with you.
It's going to be fun.
For reals.
It's going to be so fun.
I know. And then, what else did we want to talk about? I don't even know.
There was something else. You had it.
There's something else. I'll think of it. I don't know, but I did find this out. Do you know we are spending $475 a month on groceries as a society?
Like average,
yeah.
$475
that
a month.
Scared me.
That I feel like that's on the low end.
Yeah, I think so too.
I really do think it is. Like there's sometimes. So I also have a separate credit card that I only put my groceries on so that I know how much I'm spending on groceries.
I like that.
Because before I'm like, I don't know. Like I did a Walmart trip. Is that groceries or was it something else?
Yeah.
You know, so.
Okay, more to come, you guys. Fill up your cups and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now, to learn more.
800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
1, 2, 3, now we're playing with the big boys. Gonna take it to the street, now we're gonna make a big noise. Gonna climb so high, now we're rising up.
That's your favorite part of the song.
Turn it up.
It's the whoop in the head.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Hope you guys got a refill. We just we're having so much fun with you guys. Love being on Joco Community Radio. It is the proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and is live 24/7 in case y'all didn't know on the TuneIn Radio Network. TuneInJoco.com is the place to find all the ways to listen and watch. And the station app is also available for free on Android and Apple devices. So all you have to do is search in your store and check out our lineup and more on JocoCommunityRadio.com. This episode and more is brought to you by Next Level Claims, making your insurance work for you. So reach out to your Texas sales rep at 844-TEX-HAIL. That's 844-839-4245. And be sure to dress your arms and more at thetiffy.com. There's some fabulous things there.
I know. I was checking it out the other day. And I was
like, what? My husband's like, get off the website.
I know.
Quit spending money.
No more.
He's like, how many more Affirm payments are coming out? And I'm like,
I don't know.
Which one?
Yeah, right. Which one?
We're on a 6-month payment plan. Sorry. Okay, so welcome back to High Tea with Kim and Alyssa. We are we just talked about some food planning. Kim is like the queen of all monthly meal planning, and she gave me some really good ideas. Hopefully she gave you guys some tips and tricks.
Yes. And if you guys have questions, you can obviously throw them in the video or send us a message. I would be more than happy to share any information about that.
Yes. And I know I mentioned Laura and her fabulous spreadsheet. So if I need to pimp her out, I totally will. But now, real quick, have to share. So all things with The Bachelor have happened. There's major drama. Yes, I've got a little trash. I'm going to spill it. The Bachelor, these girls are freaking nuts.
I still haven't watched past the first episode. I tried.
It's getting worse. These girls are getting so catty. And one of them that got kicked off that was actually like gaslighting other women. She actually went on TikTok and was talking about how to know what gaslighting is. And I was like,
oh, she was playing the victim.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, okay.
Super narcissist. If you guys like the girl I'm talking about named Sydney, whatever, that's fine. She's not my favorite, and the drama just continues.
Do you
and
have a favorite?
I do. Her name is Daisy, and she is.
Oh, I liked her.
She's is super cute.
The blonde,
yes,
from Minnesota.
Yes,
yeah, she's cute. I did like her
adorable.
a lot.
So I'm rooting for her,
Okay.
and all things. Vanderpump Rule came out. Oh my gosh, it's just crazy. Lots of drama.
Okay, now Vanderpump Rule. What is that?
So Lisa Vanderpump was a Beverly Hills.
I know who she is.
Yeah.
But so is this just like following her family?
No, it's following her restaurants and the people that work there.
Okay.
And all of their freaking drama. Like, because they're all friends.
Look, I used to work in a restaurant. There is
all kinds.
Drama.
So that's what it was. That it's in their 11th season, and it has followed all these people through relationships, cheating, just all the things. And it's just some really great, fabulous trash. And I love every second of it. Besides all the trash, you'll be proud of me. I'm working on finishing The Office.
Yay!
I'm working on it.
So I was watching that while me and Brayden were cooking dinner tonight.
Yes.
We were watching the Superfan episodes. So it's got all the deleted scenes.
I saw that.
It's
I haven't watched them yet.
Funny.
I'm in season 4.
You gotta watch. Okay, this is where yes. So you gotta watch the regular season.
Yes.
And then you gotta go back and watch the Superfan episodes.
Yes.
Because all the deleted scenes are just hilarious.
I'm excited. I do love The Office. The humor is always on point. You're always directing me in the right way of that. Anyways, that's all the trash I'm going to spill. I'm sure I'll go off on social media about all the trash TV that I watch. So y'all can keep up with it there.
Yes.
But okay, so this is where we are breaking down Crock-Pot versus Instapot.
Yep.
I do love both, but I have become a super Instapot fan. I love my Instapot.
I'm the opposite. I love my Crock-Pot.
Yes.
Like she's a trusty gal. She doesn't nobody else can use it because like the knob doesn't say anything anymore. So like I know how many clicks I need to turn. I know, but nobody else does.
Oh my goodness. And for me, I was intimidated with the Instapot at first. And there's been one or two things that I've had to I never gave up on her. Like she's a good, faithful, trusty old dog that I sometimes it's not perfect, like a roast.
It scares me to use an Instapot.
Yes, you're afraid the lid's gonna.
I don't even know what to say. I am afraid that like the steam or the pressure is not going to be released all the way, and I'm going to like grab a hold of the lid and twist it. And my arm's going to blow up into the cabinet above it.
You can get steam burns.
I know that. I know. Well, I can do that with my oven.
Yeah,
but I mean, it terrifies me that I'm not going to release the pressure all the way, or I'm not going to wait until like it releases on its own. Like
it should have these newer ones.
I love cooking, and that's stressful to me, and I don't want to be stressed out when I'm cooking.
The new one should not be. You should not be able to open the lid. It should have a stopping thing on there. Like there's a little red doodad, whatever it's called. All my professional terms. But I have cooked. I've done dried beans in approximately 30 minutes, without soaking. So that's impressive.
Okay.
I've done several roasts. I would say on the roast.
You ever put your roast in the air fryer?
What?
Oh,
shut the front door. What? What is this you speak of?
Amazing.
What is this you speak of?
Okay. So you take your roast, right? And then you make like this, you make almost like a paste of like Italian seasoning and olive oil.
Okay.
And then you rub it all over your roast.
Okay.
Okay. You put it in your air fryer. You air fry it for so many minutes, and then you pull it out and flip it. The crust that it makes.
My mind.
Like, oh my God, it's so good. I love my air fryer.
My mind has just been freaking blown. I did not know the air fryer was going to be in the mix of this pot versus pot, but that's amazing. And I will be trying that.
Yes,
ASAP.
it's so good.
Laura is absolutely correct. The boiled eggs. Okay, boiled eggs. Honestly, the best invention ever, Instapot for the boiled eggs, for deviled eggs.
Okay.
I think it's 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay.
With a little bit of water, and you can I stack up probably 18 eggs.
Okay.
Just about a half a cup of water in there, 4 or 5 minutes, and then you go put it
into the cold water.
In the cold water ASAP. But they peel perfect every single time.
Oh, we have a little miniature egg cooker that we bought my 6-year-old for Christmas because he loves hard-boiled eggs. So we taught him how to use that. That thing makes perfect eggs.
Does it
Oh,
really?
yeah, they peel so easily. I'm like, oh, we're just gonna be using this.
Oh
Like
my
it has
gosh.
this little like cup that it measures out how much water you put in depending on how many eggs, and it's got a little like needle on the bottom, so you poke the egg on the bottom, I think.
She's schooling me, people. She is schooling me constantly.
Like we went through our kitchen, we got rid of a lot of kitchen gadgets,
Oh my
a lot of stuff
gosh.
that we never used.
Yeah.
But the egg cooker, yeah, you can make little omelets in that thing.
I
You
love
can- but
that.
hard-boiled eggs in that thing, they peel so easily.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing.
I love that. Yeah, the Instapot with the boiled eggs, I mean, they peel perfect every
Okay.
single time. Every time. It's like the perfect deviled egg. Potatoes in the Instapot and steamed vegetables. Yes, steaming things. Once you just gotta play with it.
Yeah.
And that's the tricky part is people like, I've heard a lot of people are very scared of the Instapot or they just don't want to work with it. They
I
just want to
think that was my problem.
stay
I
with
like
their
my crock pot. I like to be able to get up and dump my dinner at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. And I
Yeah.
like to just like smell it all day long. Like, oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like if I make a pot roast in the crock pot.
I
it's
do
so
love
good.
that. I do. And some Instapots, I will say, do the slow cooker thing.
Right.
And I have not seen anything do a bad job. Like I will tell you, I have cooked, I've taken frozen hamburger meat, like hard as a brick,
Like straight from the freezer.
straight from the freezer, put it into the Instapot with maybe like a half a cup of beef bouillon or whatever
Broth?
beef broth, yes. And then you put it in there for like 30 minutes and then wham bam, thank you ma'am, the meat is completely cooked through. And
Okay.
so it is a time saver if you can nail it down. Now I will say that my proness has come from massive amounts of searches on I have to research every
Right.
time. And not
I know. That's why I was kind of surprised that you let me start a sourdough starter for you at your house on Tuesday. I was like, here, you're doing this. And you were like, and I was like, it's fine. You'll be fine. This
Oh,
is
I
just
was
how you do
nervous,
it."
people. We did. We're starting some sourdough
sourdough.
breads.
Mhm.
We've you name that. I don't know if anybody's in on this trend yet, but the sourdough trend it's up and coming. Unless we've just
Well, I
fallen on
don't-
that side of TikTok, that side
we
of
might have just fallen. I mean, I love baking bread anyways, but I was like, I've always been intimidated by it.
yes.
But
yeah, we started some sourdough, people. So
Yeah.
stay tuned.
so the fact that I got her to do something without researching it to death, like
Yeah.
her Instapot.
yeah,
I mean,
she just was like, you're doing it. And I'm like, okay. And now I stare at, like, I look at it, like I check on it,
You have
like it's a
to.
little baby.
it is.
I
is.
named mine Boris, by the way. I needed a
Yeah.
Russian name.
Yeah.
He needed to be tough.
Mine's Bruce because I'm hoping that it hulks out,
I wanted mine to be robust.
Yeah. So do you find yourself in the Instapot? Do you use your Instapot or your crock pot more?
Instapot.
Okay.
Instapot. I don't know how often we get out our crock pot anymore because I have 2 Instapots and one's
Why
like,
do you have 2?
well, because one's like a 6-quart and one's like the big 8. The big 8.
So get
mamma
rid of the
jamma.
little one.
No. Because I'll cook 2 things. I'll cook like some dried beans and my roast or blah blah and blah blah.
Okay.
I use them both.
I guess.
But we also sometimes make a soup and we just put some cellophane over the Instapot pot and just throw it in the fridge.
Yeah. Yeah. I do that with my crock pot. Like I pull the
Yeah.
thing out and put the lid on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say where you gain a point on the crock pot versus the Instapot, I have to admit, Instapot has not created the plastic bag.
I don't use mine. I don't use those on my crock pot.
I've seen there's people that live and breathe by them.
and there's people that are all
refuse.
It'll wash. It's fine.
Yeah, but that's one thing Instapot does not have is the easy clean
Yeah.
bag
Liner,
liner thing. So
Okay.
fine, you get a point there.
I still remember my mom's crock pot from when I was a kid.
Oh,
Like it was
man.
like the original, like the crock pot brand.
Yeah.
It was orange and not like a pretty
I should not have
color
been
of
taking a
orange.
a
I'm
sip of
sorry.
tea.
I'm so sorry. It was not like a pretty orange. It was like an obnoxious kind of almost not quite burnt orange, but not bright. Like it was
Like baby food?
kind of, yeah, like mushed carrots, kind of, yeah.
Yep.
And it had this strip of flowers around it. I know you've seen the Pyrex dishes.
Yes.
Like it had that design around it.
Like the old school Tupperware, the old school Corningware.
Yes. Like it reminded me of the Corningware.
Yes.
And I hated that thing.
The oranges and the mustards and
it's so ugly. And she's like, it works. And now I get it. Like my flower pot, my crock pot's covered in flowers. Nothing on the dial.
I know, and
I'm like, I just turned into my mother with the crock pot.
You see like new younger women that are cooking that have like the pioneer woman with all the flowers.
That's the one I have.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It is. But now I guess the new, like the biggest thing in the crock pot is the Drew Barrymore's.
I haven't seen hers.
Like it's very sleek. It's very chic. It's pretty. And it's a crock pot. It's, but the thing that I like about hers is it's got this like metal stand on the back that you can just set the lid in and it holds the lid. I'm like, I do like that.
That is now Instapot does on both of my Instapots. Yes, there's a little slit on each side where you can take the lid off and it sticks up.
Yeah. So I don't have in my
point
crock
for
pot.
me.
Point for you because I have to just and then no matter where I pick it up, there's the big puddle of water from all the condensation from the lid when I set it on the counter.
Yes.
Usually I just try to set it in the sink.
Yes. Clint laughs at me because I will pick up the lid and I'll like look where
you're like, what do I do? What do I do?
It takes me a solid. I don't know why my brain freezes, but it's like I'm looking for something that says place the lid here.
Yeah, like you need like a giant red arrow. Like,
yes,
right here.
Yes, I literally look around for like at least 5 minutes every time.
Oh my gosh!
And it's a repetitive thing. It's hysterical.
Yeah.
Y'all are behind on the trend because it came out at the start of COVID.
Well, that makes sense.
Fine.
I've been intimidated since then to start sourdough, but I did it. I'm doing it.
Yes. I've never made bread until the last 2 weeks, so I'm way behind.
Yeah. You've done good though. The loaves
Kim is domesticating me. It's domestication abuse
from scratch. Like I made my own coffee creamer today because I got a new.
Oh, yes.
You know me and all my flavor syrups.
Yes, she has all the syrups, y'all. She has more syrups than Starbucks.
I love flavored coffee, and I don't need to go spend $6 or. Now I'm not gonna lie. I will go and get a cup of coffee every.
Well, yeah, if we're gonna go antiquing,
we gotta stop and get coffee.
Yes.
But I was like, okay, let me try this. I don't know where I saw it, Facebook, Pinterest, somewhere. And all it was a can of sweetened condensed milk, a couple of cups of milk, and then like a certain amount of your flavoring syrup. And you just mix it all together. So I just got a new one in. It was butter toffee. And I had a cup of coffee before I came. It's so good.
Anybody out there is listening that cannot have milk, that's like, I need to learn how to make a creamer that is not with milk, not with cow's milk, and is not greasy, because the last time I tried to make homemade oat milk creamer, it was like grease. It was like I stuck a pound of like.
What did you make it with?
I made it with oat milk and sugar. I don't know. I don't even freaking know.
You did something
it was
wrong.
just terrible. It was awful. I'd pour it in my cup and it just like
settle. It's like that bulletproof coffee. Like you have to keep stirring it. Or you see the butter. Yeah, I do like bulletproof coffee though. Like I've done that. It's good.
I've never.
But you gotta mix it or use your frother to get it really good.
Yes.
Mixed in.
My kids are obsessed with our frother. We had to buy 2 of them.
They mix everything with
They mix everything. They're stupid little Kool-Aid packets and
I'm like, get a spoon.
I know. I'm like, and now Asher's doing it, 4 years old. And here's what 4-year-olds do. They like to turn it on before they stick it in.
And then
leave it on
all the way
after.
up. So it's like you get splatter everywhere. Yeah.
I like my
yeah.
It goes
I made the mistake
everywhere.
of doing that when I first got it. I was like, what are you doing? Oh, it's everywhere.
I did it by accident. I tried to hit it and it didn't. And I was like, no. Like, I don't know. I made it way more dramatic than it actually was, but that's okay.
But that's what we do.
But for a crock pot, yes. I mean, technically, I will say I like the old school roast recipe in a crock pot.
Okay, so I'm going to turn you on to a new recipe.
Is this the Memphis? No,
that's Mississippi pot roast. The Mississippi pot roast is amazing.
That's the one.
This is like good Southern. Mm-hmm. So, you're gonna have to look him up on TikTok.
Oh boy,
he is a good old country boy.
His
name. You better write this down.
Okay.
His name is Pepper Belly Pete.
Ooh, I already like his name.
And his pot roast, Brandon found him on YouTube, I think, and sent it to me. And I was like, oh, I follow that guy on TikTok. And so he's like, we should try this roast recipe. And I haven't gone back since.
Really?
It's amazing. Unless I do it in the air fryer. But like if I want to have like a pot roast,
Okay.
it's so good.
Yum.
So good. It's kind of got a little bit of a kick to it.
I like that. You know me and my spicy.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a kick to it. It's so good.
Yum.
Yeah, Pepper Belly Pete.
Ooh, okay. I do like being on the side of TikTok when they do recipes. I'm like, I'm loving all of that.
Yeah.
So yes. And then the other thing with the Instapot, let's see, the eggs are the number one, the dried beans,
Okay.
the frozen meat, that's super easy.
Yeah.
I do love all of my stews. And I will say that one thing I will give you a point on the crock pot is if you fill the Instapot up too tall, like above the max line, and you go to vent it, it will like spit. It will
And
like
splatter.
it'll like it's like some little kid filled their mouth up with hot and just is like spewing at you.
Yeah.
And that's made some messes in my house. So yeah. And Clint always tells me, he's like, it's too full. It's too full. I'm like, no, it's fine.
You're like, it's fine. I'll clean it up later.
Well, just get out of the kitchen so you don't see how bad
Right?
the explosion's going to be. It's totally fine.
Fine.
My mom did get burnt once, I think, on the Instapot. I think she got steam burns.
Oh, see, yeah. And I do good enough not to just touch my oven.
Yeah.
When I
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. Like I haven't tried desserts. I haven't tried any desserts in the Instapot. I don't know
think
that
I do
really
anything-
would work well.
I don't know. I know that like they have like those crock pot dump cakes or crock pot.
Yes.
And I'm like, I've tried a dump cake in the oven and I don't know if I can get on board with that.
Why is it every pampered chef lady in the whole entire world can make those cakes at every show?
I have no
But
idea.
if I try to do it at home without them, it just
like it doesn't come out right. And so I'm afraid to do it in my crock pot because I
Yes.
don't think it would come out right. Now I have done like an overnight like oatmeal type thing,
Ooh, okay.
which is good.
Nice.
It's been a long time since I've done that.
Nice.
But I like stews and soups and stuff. And if I
I
can
do
cook in my
too.
crock pot, I'm gonna cook in my crock pot.
I think I've gotten and maybe this is where, because I'm a last minute planner or a last minute ingredient gatherer, that's why I've leaned on the Instapot so much.
Yeah.
Is because I'm like
So you start meal planning like we talked about in the first
then
half,
I will
then you'll
probably
use your crock pot more.
maybe. I don't
Maybe.
know.
I love it. I would rather, while I'm sitting there sipping my coffee and I'll just get all my stuff ready and then it's done and I don't have to worry about it. And I will say the best thing is when you leave your house and your crock pot's on and then you come home and you just get this waft of delicious.
That's always been my favorite.
That
is true. That
That's
is
more reason.
one. Okay, fine. Crock pot
Yep.
gets a point there. Yeah. And if you guys, anybody listening, you guys can share with us your go-tos on the crock pot or your go-tos on the Instapot. Share some recipes or whatever. I'm
Love
always
trying a new
down.
recipe.
Oh my gosh, yes. I will say my favorite Instapot soup was this hamburger stew. And I basically
It
threw
looked so good.
everything everything that I had in my house, I threw in there. So it was like everything. And it was like, and I haven't been able to recreate it.
No. See, that's why you have to write stuff down. Oh my gosh.
I know.
I'm bad about that. So my husband, he told me, he's like, baking is very precise and by the book and everything.
Yes.
And cooking, you just kind of yeehaw with it. You
Yes.
throw a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I was like, that's very much my kitchen and how I cook.
That's how I cook. I look at ingredients and I'll just like Google, like I have a can of cream of mushroom. I
think there's a website that you can go to. I want to say that I've seen it before. Like you can go in and you can put down what you have and it'll give you meals that you can make with it.
I love that idea.
I want to say that I've seen that somewhere before, but I also could be making that. If it doesn't exist, it should.
Well, I am segueing. I'm excited for next Thursday.
It's National Margarita Day next week.
Ooh, y'all. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited.
It's going to be fun.
It is going to be super fun.
So fun.
And you know what? We didn't even hardly acknowledge. I realized this, I guess it was earlier. It was yesterday.
Okay.
We didn't even hardly talk about Fat Tuesday. Fat Tuesday got like no recognition.
Whoops. Sorry.
And I didn't even realize how quickly it came. Like, I don't know why I thought it was like later. But
no.
But there
every
it
now
was.
and then it falls right before Valentine's Day, and like I know Valentine's Day and Ash Wednesday were on the same day again this year, and
I couldn't believe it. I was like,
happens.
Well, sorry, Fat Tuesday. I do like you.
You made a post about it. I
did.
that.
I did. I just it was like I
You're
didn't.
like, hey,
I barely acknowledged it. I didn't even acknowledge it when we were talking about all things February. But yes, I'm ready for Margarita Day.
It's gonna be
Can't wait.
fun.
You guys make sure y'all share with us your favorite margarita, whether it's strawberry margarita or just straight tequila and lime juice, or
however you like your margaritas.
Yeah.
Now, I think my favorite are the frozen prickly pear ones from Fuzzies.
Oh, I do love that.
That's my favorite.
I do. I do like a good mango Rita.
I'm not big on mango.
Oh God, I
I'm
don't
not
know.
big on mango anything. I
think I just like.
I like
anything.
mangoes, but like mango flavored. I'm weird with things like that. Like I don't like grape anything.
I don't like.
I like grapes,
peach.
but like I cannot do like any grape flavored candy.
Yeah.
Grape. No, because it reminds me of cold medicine from when I was a kid.
And
it's like
stuff's
it's
bad.
awful.
Oh my God, it's
can't
horrible.
do it.
It is horrible. I'm that way with peach stuff. I like peaches, but I don't like peach flavored candy, peach flavored drinks.
I feel like peach can it's going to go hard one way or the other. Like very rarely do you have it where it's like perfect. Like it's either too much or not enough.
Yes.
And it's
for sure.
Peach is just one of those that's
hit
or miss.
I know. So yeah, next week we're just going to be talking about margaritas, and I don't even know what else we're going to talk about. We haven't nailed that down yet, but we will. And I hope you guys come back and share this show with all the peoples you know, and
Oh, before we go, I have to ask: have you been keeping up with your getting up at 4:30? I know you've been sick. The past
I've been
few
sick.
days.
So this week I did fail my husband. I have not, because I hadn't felt good, and my body is just not feeling great. So, but I'm back on it on Monday.
Good.
Yes, I'm not giving up. I'm not letting this week.
21 days.
Yes, I'm not letting this week take me down.
To
So, we can't wait to talk with you guys next week. Stay up on our social media. We have TikTok. If you guys didn't know that, we're High Tea on TikTok, and then we've got our Facebook and our Instagram, and Mondays we do Mad Hatter Mondays.
Mad Hatter Mondays, where you share something mad from your weekend, and it can be something that made you mad or just something fun, something
crazy. Yeah, and then just we like to keep you on your toes and make sure you keep it bussin'.
Oh. We are too old to be using that word.
We're too old.
too old to be using that word.
Too much ick for too much ick.
Getting worse.
I know. It's I'm trying to make it natural, and it's
not. It's so not.
Yeah, and if you guys have more questions on food planning, reach out to Kim. Do not reach out to me.
If you do, she'll just forward them to me, and I'll
will.
be happy to answer any and all questions you have about my monthly meal planning that I do.
Actually, 150%. Yeah. But anything Instapot, I can help you with. Easily.
Don't come to me. I don't even own one.
Yes. We love you guys so much, and we expect to chat with y'all next week.
Yeah.
So
I'd love for you to come back and hang out with us.
Yeah. No matter the tea, make sure
you sip it, spill it, and savor it.
Bye,
See you
guys.
Next week.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.